Hi, everyone. It's me again. I just wanted to go on and let you all know that I got through my first day of radiation, did pretty good. Actually, the woman said that I did really well. She said that she asked if I had been practicing my breathing, and I said no. She says, "Well, you did really good." And I thought, well, thank God, because I felt like I was going to pass out a couple times, to protect my heart and my lungs. They have to, and my ribs, actually, they have to have me like hold in a big breath, for a few seconds while they give me certain parts of the radiation. Well, anyway, they make you hold your breath a long time. My daughter was sitting out in the little waiting room thing that's just adjacent to where I'm actually getting the radiation. And she could hear them, telling me to take in a breath and hold it. And then it would be like a long time. And then they'd say, okay, breathe normally. And so she was pretty amazed at how long you have to hold your breath and how often and everything, I think. But so that's a new one for her. She wasn't with me when I had radiation, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. Yeah, about 10 years ago. So this is a new one for her. And she had mad respect for some of the other patients that were there that having to do it because, we were talking about that it's hard for me to do it. And I mean, mine's breast cancer. But that statistically, a lot of those people that are in there are getting it for like lung cancer. And can you imagine how hard that is for them to hold their breath like that? And I mean, they probably have a hard time just even having a breath, much less holding it for so long. But I guess you do what you can, and maybe they make it easier for them. I don't know. I hope so. My heart goes out to anybody suffering with cancer. I mean, I've had a rough go of it, but nothing like some people, and I know that. And every day I'm grateful. And I said my little prayer. Whenever it started, I was telling her that every time that I had chemo, all 42 times, um, when they would start putting the actual chemo drugs into my IV, I would just say a little prayer, and just say, please help me get through this one. Don't let me have any like bad reactions, and, just let it kill all the cancer that's in there. And I just, it was almost like more of a internal chant than it was a prayer, but it was more like just over and over. I would just say the same things over and over and over and over. And, it's been a few months. And then like whenever I went in there today, as soon as I knew that when you see those laser lights come on, you know that this isn't the x-rays anymore. It's the actual radiation. And as soon as those came on, I fell right back into the same chants. Please let this work. Please don't burn my skin. Please don't break any ribs. Please don't puncture a hole in my heart. It's crazy. But anyway, I'll probably do it every time. So like 28 times, but it's Monday through Friday for at least 28 days. They said it might go to 33, but they're hoping to keep it at about 28. They do x-rays and stuff every day. I saw my doctor today, not the oncologist that Mark wants me to get a new one, but the radiologist. So I saw her today. I love her. She's always really kind. And it's funny because I have a whale tail necklace that I got at when I was in Maui, one of the times that we were in Maui. And she's got one almost exactly like it. Hers is a little bit bigger. She's probably got a little bit more money than I've got. But not a lot bigger though, but I mean, it is bigger. But I actually like mine better. But hers is beautiful. And anyway, but so we always kind of bond over the fact that we've got the same necklace. She said she likes mine better, but I don't know. I like them both. But anyway, my husband has good taste. He bought it. So anyway, I'm doing pretty good. I wrote me some notes over here so I wouldn't forget. We did go. My daughter Megan and I did go to IHOP afterwards, and we couldn't figure out what we wanted, and she was kind of wanting an omelet, and I kind of did, and we both kind of couldn't decide, and I kind of wanted eggs Benedict, and she kind of did, but she'd never had them, and I was like, well, don't order them, and you don't know if you like it. So I said, what we'll do is we'll order, you get an omelet, I'll get the eggs Benedict, and we'll share. And if you don't like the eggs Benedict, then I'll just eat my eggs Benedict, and you just eat your omelet. So we did that. It was really good. So we went to IHOP because we don't think there's any Denny's left in Tulsa. I mean, there might be one, but I can't remember where it's at. But we're going to look it up because one of these days when we're, over there having radiation, we'll probably try to find a Denny's if there's one. If not, we'll see if we can find some place that maybe has brunch or something. And I don't know. We're not real big on breakfast, but I get out so early because it's at 8:15 in the morning. So I get out real early. But I do have one. It's like at 10 something for some reason, like a real oddball time. So that one, maybe we'll go have some lunch or something. That's like our big, you know, outing for the day or the week or whatever, is to actually just go sit down and talk and have girl talk and everything. But anyway, so my radiation went well. It it's just so weird when they're doing it because you see these lasers, going at you, and I'm sure a lot of you have probably had it or know somebody that has, but it's kind of a warm feeling, kind of feels warm, and then afterwards it kind of feels like you have a sunburn, not the hurt kind of sunburn, but that where it kind of feels tight and just a little bit stingy, not pain, but maybe a little sting, and kind of feels like that for a while, and kind of feels tight, but that's kind of gone away now. Now I was really exhausted when I got home. I probably look aside. I don't have any makeup on. I probably won't for a few days. I'm just exhausted already, and um, I've still not gotten my strength all the way back from chemo. So they said it would take, months, like 6 or 8 months for me to get strong again because I had so much chemo and such rough chemo. But anyway, and now this on top of it. But anyway, but radiation went well. Um, I have been running a little bit of a fever all evening. I tried to sleep. I've been so sleepy, and I tried to sleep and I couldn't sleep. So I don't know. I'm probably going to take I've got some of those little sleep gummies, not marijuana ones, just like regular, like whatever it is, melatonin or whatever that is. My mind's not working right. But anyway, I've got some of those. I might try those later and get some sleep. But I kind of want to sit up and watch cricket show. So I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, I tried to take a nap and couldn't. And my dogs laid up here, and a couple of them, and took a nap with me. My little dog, one of my little dogs, and then my dad's little dog. He comes down and sees me every day, and he laid up here and took a nap with me. But they napped, and I laid here. But anyway, I am running a little bit of a fever. I keep having like some like throbbing kind of pains in my chest right where the radiation went in at. Not bad, just enough. And I told my dad that I'm just going to think of it as that radiation is in there just eating the cancer away, and that's all I can do. And that makes it a whole lot easier for me to deal with if I think of it that way, that the pain is saving me. So anyway, but other than that, I'm feeling really good. I've been watching some of the different lives with the Squirrel Squad and stuff today. And I'm still watching actually, Streets. They got DOA out of jail after 5 days. Now the poor boy can't find his clothes. They have just run him all over town. They're walking, keep in mind. So the clothes were not there at the jail. So they sent him to this other jail or something. I don't know. They sent him over to this other building. And they wouldn't even open the door. They just was kind of yelling at him through the door. And they finally did open it enough to hand him a map. But they told him it was at this other location. Well, they walked, this whole group of people. Serge is with them, and Michael and Laura. And, no, Laura's not there. She went to the impound yard. But anyway, there's a bunch of them. Anyway, they all walked over there. And they get there, and his clothes aren't there. So they're sending them back to where they were, right where they started, that his clothes are there. I think they're doing this on purpose. I'm telling you. I think they're doing it on purpose. They're just like stringing these guys all over town. And I think that they're getting a kick out of it. But so anyway, something about his wallet and his keys are there, but he's got to wait another hour or two before he can get his wallet and his keys. My husband's just coming out of the bathroom. I think he just took a shower. You don't want to say hi? No. Nope. Anyway, so I don't know, but they said it was going to be like a couple of hours before he could get his keys. So now they're like standing out in front of. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. I've got the live running, but I can't really tell what they're doing. But anyway, they got to get his keys and his wallet from there, and then they've got to also go back over and get his clothes from the other jail because he's got that fancy fur coat that he wears, that leopard print looking thing, and he's a hoot. But anyway, so um, they got to go get that stuff. But he's also hungry because all he's had is he was laughing because he said nasty bologna sandwiches and didn't have any cheese on it, and I don't think it had any mayonnaise or something, and powdered eggs for breakfast and Cheerios or something like that, but he didn't have any milk, and I don't know. He was going on and on and on about how terrible the food was, and it's like, okay, this boy likes to eat. He could be in my family. We like to eat too, and I mean, yeah, that'll cause somebody to tell me I'm fat, and I know it. I'm like, well, duh. But anyway, it's just funny. They're wanting to take him. Laura's over at the impound yard. She's wanting him to come get his car, but I keep messaging Streets and saying he's got to have his wallet so he can have his ID before he can get his car. So I hope that he gets the message before they walk all the way over to the impound thing, and he can't get his car, and then they'll be walking back. So it's just all crazy. It's like, LAPD, I would expect it out of like some little town where I live. I mean, I live out in the wood, out in the woods, basically out in the country, and there's like small towns all around me, and I would almost expect for some of these small town police departments to be like kind of don't have their shit together, like don't know what they're talking about, get everything messed up and everything. But LAPD is not some little podunk town. I mean, that guy on that one show ought to be thinking about that. I mean, here we are. This is the big LAPD, and they can't figure out where this poor boy's clothes are. They've got him walking around in a pair of scrubs. He looks like a surgeon walking down the street, except for he's got those damn little flip flops, those little prison flip flops on. But anyway, I really am not getting a kick out of it, but I am kind of getting a kick out of it. It's the irony of the whole situation is just so ridiculous. I don't know. It don't even get me started. But But anyway, so now I think they're talking about maybe just go buy him some clothes and get him some food, and they could go get his wallet and everything tomorrow. I mean, they can walk around town all night long, and all they're going to do is just get exhausted. They need to go, you know, maybe have a drink, or, I mean, for sure, get something to eat. Get the boy a steak or whatever he wants. I mean, you know, get something. Just in all Streets is eating is those, we call them fart bars, those, some kind of like a little protein bar or something, but we always call them a fart bar. But I know he's had 3 of them. Missed 2 meals. He's had 3 of those instead of meals. But I did want to tell you one thing, which a lot of you know, because I'm sure you're watching the lives. But people have been donating to William Good's Streets, PayPal, and all these different money app type things, and to the chat, which he can't get that money. I think he said for 21 or 28 more days or something. But anyway, they've been donating that, and for him to give to DOA and to Josiah. Josiah's in jail because he supposedly made some kind of criminal threats to that guy with the dog, which I don't know anything about that. And there's all kinds of drama surrounding the whole Josiah thing. But William is pretty much determined to get Josiah out of jail. I mean, might not do it tonight, but probably do it, either tonight or in the morning. And he's pretty determined, and people have donated money for that too. I mean, it looked to me like there was about, like, within like an hour, maybe hour and a half, somewhere between, like, I don't know, $8,000 and $10,000 had been donated to help DOA and Josiah. And DOA, they're going to get his van out, and then he'll have some cash and everything too. And then Josiah, they're going to need, I think it's $2,500 for his bail. It's a $25,000 bail. And but then they were trying to get, not the crew, but like William was talking to bail bondsman, and they're, telling him that he's going to have to sign, and if Josiah runs or something, then William's on the, on the whatever for $25,000, and William was like, I don't know about that. He says, I mean, the money, yeah, he'll definitely. I mean, obviously, he's like, I will definitely turn the money over. It was sent for him. I'm just like the middleman. But, he just didn't want to be the one to have to sign and guarantee that this kid's not going to run. I mean, he really doesn't have any ties to the area, so it'd be real easy for him if he decided, if he got scared. I mean, it'd be easy for him to run. I'm not saying that he would. I'm just saying that I can understand Street's fear that he might. And then here you're on the hook for $25,000. But I think if I was reading everything right, there was like one of, I don't know, Josiah's brother, maybe a couple of friends. There was different ones that were saying that, if somebody could get the money together, that they would sign for him. So, I mean, he's got the money. He said he can do the money right now. If, he'll sign money over right now if they'll go over and sign the paperwork and everything and get him out. And William really wants to give this kid another chance. He's kind of went off the rails a little bit. He's kind of, I think, had some bad stuff to say about some of the Squirrel Squad, and had some stuff to say. I heard that he had some rude comments that he made about William's son. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, and I hate to even say it, but there was sure a lot of people that, swore he did, and I haven't really followed this Josiah kid that much, but I don't know. William said, well, I believe in second chances. And then William's mom was like texting him and telling him that she's proud of him, and that, she's proud of him for going to help Josiah. And I mean, that about made William cry. And then she was crying, and it was a mess. But anyway, they're just good people. They just seem like just such good people. And I heard it on there tonight that Streets is going to, finally, everybody's been trying to get him to do it, but he's going to try to get some merch with, different things on it. Like, there was some girls that said they wanted shirts that said "Good Girls" instead of "Good Girls." They want "Good Girls" shirts, and I don't know, there's good versus evil and all kinds of stuff they're wanting to do. And I'm like, well, good for him. I hope they do. And I'll be in line as soon as they start selling them. I'll be on there buying some, because, do they need to make me one that says, "Good old lady" or something, or "Good granny," or, I don't know. I'd wear it. I don't care. I'm just pretty taken with him. And I'll be honest, the first few times that I saw him, Aaron was really bragging on him and talking about how great he was. But I saw a few video clips, and he was like yelling and yelling at the police and everything. And I thought, this is just not what I'm interested in. I mean, good for him. And if he's doing good, then, good on him, but it's just not my style. And then I was watching some of the kids, some of their lives, and he would be in them. They'd be videoing him while he was interacting with either the Scientologists or the police or whatever. And then I just saw the context of what he was doing, and he wasn't just being disrespectful to the police. He was drawing attention to them that they were being disrespectful of citizens. And, he was drawing attention to it, not just like, wasn't just being an asshole, he was like seriously drawing attention to wrongdoing. And I thought, you know what, I like that. And then I started watching it more and more and more, and I really do like him. And I think we need a whole lot more William Goods in this world. I really do. And I'm hoping that these kids that are all watching him are learning some lessons, because that might be how we get some more of him in this world, is these kids that are there and watching and learning and seeing that, he's so just thoughtful and I don't know, he just wants to help people. That's all he wants. And he does it to honor his son that was killed in a drive-by shooting. He was a little kid. He wasn't like some gang kid. He was an innocent kid that was killed. And it's just heartbreaking. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. But anyway, that's my little, rah-rah cheering section for William Good. But so I really appreciate it, all the love and support that you all have sent me over the last few days, and with this radiation and everything. And I'm going to try to make one video a day for right now. And then once I get past this radiation, I'm going to try to do a couple a day. But right now, I just realistically, I know I'm going to be tired. I like don't have the strength to do anything today. I heated up some leftovers that I had for dinner, and my husband had a peanut butter sandwich of all things. I mean, that's what he wanted. I offered him half of my leftovers, and in fact, they're still in there if he wants them. But he didn't want it. He wanted peanut butter. But anyway, I don't have the energy to do anything right now. And the doctor today was saying that a lot of people don't even get tired, but I guess it's just because I'm not completely over being tired from chemo. That's all I can figure out. And I don't know, what a mess. I'm trying to look over here and see what they're doing, but it looks like the live has went off for a minute or something. I don't know. Sometimes they pause them for a minute, but um anyway, I'm gonna get back to watching the live. I'm gonna see if Reese is on. I don't know. I didn't see one of hers yet, but I'm gonna get on there and see what she's doing, and rest, because I go again 8:15. I gotta leave by 7:15 to make it in time. And here we go again, day 2 of 28. Be over before we know it, right? But again, thank you guys. I have had so many messages just into my Facebook Messenger and comments on the videos and stuff, but so many messages. And I've had a few people that have my phone number. They've texted me and stuff, and just everybody has just been amazing. And it just is, I don't know, it just really, it helps. It just really helps. I mean, my family's behind me 100%. They're great. And I have friends. I mean, that's not just my YouTube friends. I have friends, and they're all doing it too. And I just appreciate it. It just, I don't know, it feels good to be just babied around a little bit, and, told, you got it. You could do this. You're tough. You're strong. This is the last step. And then you're, home free. And I hope so. God, I hope so. I don't know what I'm going to do if they come back and say I've got to have more chemo or something. I'm not going to like it. That's for sure. But anyway, hold on, I got to get a drink. But I'm just going to pray that it's over. And if you pray, then I'd appreciate all your prayers. And if you don't pray, then I'd appreciate your good thoughts or whatever you got coming. I love it. I'm all about it. Good thoughts, prayers, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I will see some of you tonight on Crickets unless I fall asleep. And the rest of you, if you're not on Crickets tonight, I'll see you again tomorrow. I might try to do 2 tomorrow if I feel good. I've got a little haul I wanted to do. And then hopefully I'll have an update on DOA if you found his clothes. It was so funny because they were yelling DOA, 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 and he's walking around in scrubs, looks like a surgeon or something. I'm like, DOA as in dead on arrival, but I mean it's supposed to be defender of ants. I know that, but I'm just saying, DOA could be like dead on arrival, and he's running around looking like a surgeon or a doctor or something. So they were getting a kick out of it too. But anyway, well, I'm gonna go. My dog's staring at me, so he's wanting me to put this thing down and give snuggles before he goes to bed. I'll have to try to film him and insert it into a video or something. He says his prayers at night, and he's a little white Maltipoo. His name's Hollis, and he gets up on the bed. I'm watching him, see if he's gonna do it, because if he does, I'm gonna turn the camera real quick. But I'll be like, "Are you gonna say your prayers, Hollis? You gonna say your prayers? You gonna say your prayers? No? You're not going to sleep yet?" He's looking at me like I'm crazy. But anyway, when he does it, he'll put both of his little front paws over his head, and he sits there and like has his face hid under his paws. And then he'll like sit there for a few seconds, and then he'll raise his head up and he goes, "Aroo, roo," real loud. I guess that's supposed to be amen. And I don't know. He's done it for a long time. He's done it for the last 3 or 4 years. He just kind of started doing it. I like teased him one night. He did this deal, and I go, "Oh, you saying your prayers?" And it just stuck. Like after that, I would say something about saying his prayers, and he would do it. But he only does it at night when he's going to bed. He won't do it in the daytime. He won't do it anytime. He doesn't do it on command. He only does it at night when he's going to go to bed. So maybe he is saying his prayers, right? All dogs go to heaven. So he's still looking at me like I'm crazy. What are you licking? You're licking your tongue on your nose? Oh, you're gonna lay over and rest. Okay. He's gonna take a little nap. A little before bed nap. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I've said that like how many times? I'm telling you it's the southern thing. That's what we do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'm gonna try to get my studio set up this weekend. Doesn't look like it's getting done this week. I don't know. I might do one from my daughters tomorrow, and then the next day I'm gonna be at my other daughters for a little while. I might do one from there, so I can kind of set up and not be laid back in the bed. But right now this bed feels good. It just I don't want to get up. I just want to stay right here. Can they bring that radiation to me? But anyway, I'm gonna say good night or good morning, depending on when you're watching this. I love you guys. Just be kind. One of the girls I used to watch, she'd always say, be kind and make good choices. And I think about that every single day. Anybody can do that, right? Anybody can be kind and make good choices. So, Sarah, I'm saying it for you now. Maybe I'll just start saying it too. I've got a hoodie that says it, and I think about it all the time whenever I wear it. I think about her all the time anyway. But anyway, so be kind, make good choices, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.